All right, so you saw the Evil Dead Rise trailer,
Yes.
and we watched it.
I saw the poster, and then I saw Bruce Campbell drop the tease to the trailer yesterday, which the tease was great. And then we accidentally watched two trailers. Apparently the international trailer is different from the US version. So what are your first thoughts? Because I know you were a huge Evil Dead fan. I think you still have your Halloween costume, part of it over there. The chainsaw, right?
Yeah, huge
Chainsaw
Evil
hat.
Dead fan. It looked appropriately creepy. Like, here's the thing: Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, what was its freaking tagline was the ultimate experience in grueling terror.
Yeah.
You watch it now. Like you even mentioned it, the low budgetness sticks out, right? And I think that looking back at that movie, when you're looking back from the present, it's always going to have that low budget feel, which makes it feel less terrifying. But this one, leaning into the horror with, full budget and you're not shooting on 16 millimeter cameras here. It could be. I think this could put people in the hospital.
That's what yes.
I think the trailer is going to put people in the hospital.
I think so. Yeah.
Seeing that on the big screen is going to send people screaming out of the theater.
Did you see the poster, Mommy Loves You to Death?
I did.
And it just reminds me of, this is the generations that's used to the Conjuring universe, which has which are the modern day terrifying visuals. And then you get the OG Sam Raimi throwing his hat in that ring, and it looks terrifying.
And I think, like I said this before, Sam Raimi's a brilliant director, but he's a really strong producer.
Yeah.
He finds great talent, great stories, and develops stuff. I mean, yeah, this is going to be something special. And I think that, again, now we're living in the age of the mega slasher.
Mega slasher, yes.
This is the mega slasher age, and Evil Dead did something. Evil Dead did something different. There was this whole sort of just overarching theme of self-mutilation.
Yes.
And that's coming through in the trailer, and that freaks people out. What were your thoughts on the 2013 remake?
I didn't get the same vibes. I enjoyed it. I think they leaned a little bit more into the blood, which was the original, right? It didn't break a world record for the amount of blood.
Yeah.
But to me, there was still a little something missing. It was still a good film, but this is one of those films, like you said this about RoboCop. If you would have called the remake Drone Man something different, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
I think this could have, just with a few tweaks, that would have been like a different film. Still a good film.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it necessarily needed to be part of the... I don't know if you remake a masterpiece. You can do a requel to it, but do you remake a masterpiece?
And that's the issue, isn't it? And they sort of did the same. And the thing is, filmmakers aren't going to make that mistake anymore.
No.
They know well enough that requels is the way to go.
Yeah.
You've got to take the concept out of where it originally happened. And that remake was in the woods, so it was just sort of treading familiar water. Now, again, had they called that movie Within the Woods,
right,
it might have been something. They should have called it Within the Woods, but they wanted to get...
That's a great title.
Well, I mean, that was the name of the original Evil Dead short.
Oh, really? Within the Woods?
Within the Woods. They made the Evil Dead short
that's a better book.
On Super 8 to show and raise money and to show to dentists so they could pitch them on investing.
Oh, that's right. They got that sweet dentist money.
Yeah, man. Dentists got a lot of extra money to throw around and they're bored. But Within the Woods, and then you got a classic. But this looks like Evil Dead 4. Or Evil Dead 3. This looks like Evil Dead 3.
Yeah.
Because you had Ash versus Evil Dead. But to me, that wasn't Evil Dead. That was Army of Darkness 2.
Oh, this is going to be good. Yeah,
this is going to make a great YouTube short.
Yeah, I was just saying that. I can see the trees.
So you have Evil Dead 1, which is like its own thing. And then you have Evil Dead 2, which sort of took it in the comedy direction. And you have Army of Darkness, which leaned into the comedy, right?
Yep.
And they couldn't call it Evil Dead because they didn't have the rights. Universal couldn't get the rights to Evil Dead for some reason.
Well, that's right, because it was going to be Medieval Dead, right?
Right. So then, yeah, Ash versus Evil Dead was actually Army of Darkness 2,
Yep.
which was actually Evil Dead 2 Part 2. But now we've got Evil Dead Rise, which is actually Evil Dead 2.
Yes. I love it. And it's a great title. We're going to the city. You think high rise, automatically, everything, the stakes are up.
Yeah.
You got the Jason Takes Manhattan, because we are no longer within the woods. We are now going to be in a skyscraper.
Yeah.
Which is going to add a whole different element of terror and budget.
Right.
Which is going to be bringing it to a whole nother level.
Right. And it raises the stakes from the original, because you've got in Evil Dead 1, one of the reasons that's so terrifying and grueling and hard to take, because it's the person who's the first person to turn, and you got to lock in the cellar, is your sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this movie now is taking that and raising the stakes more. Now it's your mother.
Oh my God, you're right.
So it's smart. What they're doing is really smart.
Oh yeah, because the film stars Alyssa Sutherland. I don't know if there's any relation in Lily Sullivan.
Is that the new one you're talking about? Evil Dead Rise?
The film follows two sisters trying to survive and save their family from demonic creatures known as the Deadites. The development was preceded by scrap plans for sequels for The Evil Dead in 2013 and Army of Darkness 1992 that would have led to a crossover.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right. Oh, I'm glad this didn't happen. Originally intended for a digital release on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign, because usually it happens the other way around. You have a theatrical release and let's just release it in digital. That's almost like we're not sure how it's going to do. They did the opposite. No, that can't go to HBO Max. This has to go right to theaters.
Well, the execs over there at, what is it? Warner Brothers. This is a Warner Brothers movie.
Yeah, yep. Warner Brothers.
Well, again, they just had, didn't they do Smile? Who did Smile? They horror's big right now. Horror is huge. So they realized that, hey, we can make a little money with this.
And smart. Well, yeah, we talked about it on our year in review show, how well horror was going to do. And we're starting off with a bang.
Anyways, went off the track here. Evil Dead Rise is probably going to put people in the hospital.